listening to Downworlder Dish, a Shadowhunter Chronicles podcast. Hello and welcome to episode 12, where we will be discussing chapter 16 of City of Bones, Falling Angels. I'm Kristen.
I'm Robin.
And I'm Amanda.
Was that like extra?
I was trying to go for a
Sultry?
thank you. Yes.
So sexy.
Thank you.
Do it again.
I'm Robin. There's no way. I sound like a 12-year-old.
I'm Kristen.
No, I don't have that. I don't think.
I don't.
I'm Amanda.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah, you do.
Kristen's was better. We need Teresa. We work with this lady. She has the sexiest voice. T, if you're there, call in.
Call in.
Call in.
Because it's live.
Oh, right. Whatever. What did you do this weekend?
I went to the beach with my husband on Saturday. We decided to, like, Friday night, we were like, let's go to the beach tomorrow. So we did.
I was going to say take an unexpected journey.
Yes. We call it Saturday Adventures. Because we do a lot of stuff on Saturdays, because Sundays are days of rest. And I don't want to people. Yeah. Well, yeah, football for Jason and
Amanda.
Non-peopling for Kristen, because it's too much. I can't people 2 days in a row. It really stresses me out. I need my downtime.
I need a day where I just veg sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what'd you do at the beach?
Oh, right.
Huh?
We went to Marsh's Free Museum in Long Beach, Washington, and we got to visit Jake.
Not Jake from State Farm.
Not to be confused. Our Jake has an alligator body. He doesn't wear khakis.
Okay, she brought us gifts. It's a bumper sticker, I guess. I don't know if I'd put this on my car.
I wouldn't put it on my car either. I put it on my computer, which is probably worth more than my car. To be fair.
So, I forgot how, not alive he looks.
He's mummified.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
But just imagine him with, some collagen injections.
No, don't. Because then he looks less like a demon.
That's a good point.
That's fair.
Super
I mean, he still
creepy.
doesn't look anything like the demon really is described.
No, that is 100% how I imagined it. Every time I've read it. 100%. It's exactly right. Jake is perfect. He's our mascot.
It's because Robin has no imagination. She can only see in her mind's eye what she's already seen before.
This is true.
Okay.
That's it.
Because he definitely doesn't have, a bunch of eyes on his bulbous head.
Or
spider
tail.
legs.
I'm not a tail. Doesn't
Scorpion.
he have,
a stinger.
A stinger.
Ugh. Anyway.
Does he even have a human face?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, the demon.
No, not the way she describes it. No,
It just said alligator and I was like, ooh, Jake.
But now that we've established what Jake is and who he is, now it's the only thing I see when I hear the word Ravener Demon.
You're welcome.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it.
Obviously. He's our little mascot.
It's great. Well, I hope you had a great time. It's
We
pretty
did.
close to your house, right?
It's just a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. But we got to drive on the beach, which was really fun. And then I thought my husband was going to murder a small child, but he apparently had it under control.
Good job, Jason.
If you want to see pictures of Jake, you can...
Check us out on IG.
Yeah.
We posted a picture of Jakey on our Instagram on March 1st.
Yeah, so scroll all the way back and find it.
You've already seen it.
Yeah, because you are totally up in our Instagram business.
Big fans.
Big fans.
Hit us up on IG.
Huge.
If you DM us, it's Robin that sees it.
And then I'll instantly screenshot it because I am awkward in person, over the air, and on text. So,
Social media.
The memes.
Wow.
I'm just trying to turn into a 50s dad.
Perfect.
What
Good
did
deal.
you say?
She said the meads.
The social media.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm offended.
I am. I really liked what you said.
Good deal.
Good deal.
My dad says that. That's where I got. Yeah, that's why.
Or like,
she said dad.
can you find grab me the deal? What's a deal? That's a contract you make with somebody, right? It's like a verbal contract, a deal. You want me to grab you the verbal contract? Will do.
Yeah. Went to the beach, saw Jakey. It was awesome. We were on our way home. We had just left the town. And my husband asked me if I got all my selfies and did I get my selfie with Jake. And I was like, I didn't get a selfie with him. I just took a picture of him. And my husband's like, what the... He goes, why did we go to this beach if you weren't going to get a selfie? Because it's the whole reason we picked Long Beach. And so I could go see Jake and get the stickers for you guys.
That was very sweet. He's so thoughtful.
It's because he's Midwestern.
Okay.
It's the best and worst parts of him. Like, he's so kind and so considerate and so thoughtful and just, like, genuine and friendly. But he also, like, only eats beige food. And the only spices he likes are salt, pepper, and ketchup.
Is ketchup a spice?
To him, it is.
That's great.
I'm sorry if there's anyone from the Midwest. Actually, you know what? There isn't, because I've been stalking our download map, and there isn't anyone from the Midwest. So, neener, poo-poo.
I'm watching Robin's face right now. She's horrified.
Stop talking.
They don't care.
They're very kind people. They're
Right,
just
they'll
like,
forgive me. I'm sorry. They're like Canadians.
I felt so bad. Amanda's trash who lives in Canada.
Poor
Who'd wanna
Neil.
go there. Like, dude.
I didn't mean it that way. I just literally was like, I don't know.
And then after she says, she's like, oh, Niagara Falls is there. And the snow and the animals.
Maple leaves.
And Vancouver Island is there.
Okay.
British Columbia is so cool.
I really want to go camping up in...
Okay. I've been camping actually in Vancouver when I was a little baby. I have pictures.
They have great like architecture and stuff. It's beautiful.
And it's like a big like foodie scene. All right. You know what? That's enough talking. Let's kick things off with Robin's recap.
Previously on Downworlder Dish.
The werewolf cavalry arrives just in the nick of time to break up the horde of vampires, except they're looking for Clary and don't seem too friendly. Jace, Clary, and Rat Simon manage to escape through a hidden door and make their way up to the rooftop of the hotel. The fire escape is trashed, and the only way down is on a vampire motorcycle. Good thing the rumor mill rang true, and it's able to fly. They fly the bike towards the Institute, but don't escape the sunrise, the bike spinning and crashing into a thankfully deserted parking lot. They're thrown from the bike, and Simon is human again.
Welcome back, Simon. We really liked Rat Simon.
Human. I did like Rat Simon.
Samesies. All right, so I guess let's get into it. As if they're role-playing a John Hughes movie, Clary, Jason, Simon roll into the Institute like they're trying to sneak into the house after curfew. Hodge is waiting for them, playing his part of the disappointed dad, arms crossed and spitting mad. After a furious lecture detailing all the ways that Jace had endangered himself and others, broken the law, and just all around foobarred everything, Hodge sends them on their way to clean up and tend to their various wounds. Once she's showered, Clary heads to the infirmary to check on Simon and Jace and let them know that Hodge will be down to check on them soon. Okay, hold on. Hodge fixed Clary's swollen arm, but even a few hours after they got back, he hasn't come to check on Simon and Jace.
Right.
I could see letting Jace suffer a bit because, you know, he's being a dick. But Simon...
Well, and Hodge was pretty pissed.
Right. So, like, he has time to fix Clary's bruises, and then she takes a 20-minute shower and comes back down, and they're still... haven't been seen?
That was my question. Go. I think we're on the same page.
He's just putting, like, Aratsi's on her, right? That's how he's fixing her?
Right, but it's been hours since they got back.
Can't they draw their own? Didn't Alec draw one on Jace at some point?
Right.
I'm confused.
Okay, same. So I don't know if Hodge told Alec and Isabel, like, don't fix Jace, I'm gonna come down to fix him, or if it needed to be more powerful, or what. I mean, like, Simon just needed basic first aid.
And Simon can't get the rune.
Isn't his... No.
Right.
And his ankle's broken, right? Or something?
His foot's broken, yeah.
His foot's broken.
Oh, it's actually broken, huh?
Because it was so...
That. Okay.
We get to it later.
Anyway, sorry.
That's fine.
I wonder if maybe Jace got, like, a concussion.
Maybe.
Because, like, can an Arazzi fix a brain injury?
And they weren't wearing helmets.
It's his shoulder that's dislocated, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because he couldn't shrug because his shoulder was dislocated. Because he's a dick. I don't know. I think Hodge is punishing him,
It's
like,
his
physical
punishment.
pain. Yeah. But, like, I still don't understand why he hasn't come down to check on Simon. Like, there's a whole human that...
He doesn't care about him.
He doesn't care.
Okay. I have another question, but keep going.
Okay, so they aren't alone in the infirmary. Alec is sitting on the windowsill brooding, as per usual. And Isabel is fussing over Simon. So Clary goes to talk to Jace. And I'm just going to read this little back and forth they have real quick. Why, does it hurt? Clary asked. No, I have a high pain threshold. In fact, it's less of a threshold and more of a large and tastefully decorated foyer. But I do get easily bored. He squinted at her. Do you remember back in the hotel when you promised that if we lived, you'd get dressed up in a nurse's outfit and give me a sponge bath? Actually, I think you misheard, Clary said. It was Simon who promised you the sponge bath. Jace looked involuntarily over at Simon, who smiled at him widely. As soon as I'm back on my feet, handsome. I fucking love Simon.
He's the best.
I
have another question.
Yeah.
About this whole, I was going to say sick bay business.
I think we envision the same thing.
I just want to know, Simon has a... Okay. Read your next sentence so then I can say what I want to say.
Yeah, for mine too, so.
Clary checks on Simon, who, aside from a broken foot, is free from any serious injury.
Okay. Simon's foot is broken.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they have, like, Advil or something there?
Oh, I'm sure they have some sort of...
Because do they need it? Do Shadowhunters need painkillers?
Yeah, because Arazzis don't fix everything. Because if it's too bad of a wound, like, it'll only go so... Like, it's not a cure-all flat across the board or whatever. So I'm sure... And they can't go to... They can't go to hospitals because of reasons.
So they probably have medical supplies there.
Right.
I got you, boo.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize his foot was broken, so I've fractured a bone before. That was painful. He's got to be in a lot of pain.
Unless he's like...
They totally
Hopped
have
up.
morphine.
Mm-hmm.
Morphine for a child?
He's like a grown-ass man.
No, he's not. He's a baby.
Well, he's 16, so he's probably like this.
You mean like weight-wise?
No.
It's good to
I
go.
mean, he's a baby. Maybe give him Vicodin. You don't need to give him morphine.
Kristen's like, he's on a drip.
Okay, I'm going to go with my question real quick and stop that. They were clearly at this hotel and writing this thing. Hours have gone by, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are Alec and Isabel really still up? Did they get woken up somehow? Isn't this place big enough that they wouldn't have heard them come in?
I think they got woken up when they came in.
Hodge was waiting for them with the two of them behind him.
Isabel was all drunk, though, right?
Well, I mean, I'm sure Isabel probably passed out at some point. But I think Alec and Isabel came home and...
Oh, just the two of them.
And then after a while, Alec was probably like, where the fuck is Jace? They're supposed to be, like, right behind us.
He did say we'll catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I'm sure after a while, he probably told Hodge.
He spilled the beans.
Yeah, and then they're waiting because Alec he's the responsible one.
Mm-hmm.
For
they
lack
couldn't
of
just
a
text
better.
him.
He's the eldest.
Yes. Despite everything that just happened, Clary still gets salty when Simon mentions Isabel having to cut off his shoe due to the swelling in his foot. What in the actual fuck, Clary? Like, you're jealous that she cut off his shoe? Maybe if you didn't take an hour-long shower, you could have done it yourself. I'm just saying. Whatever.
I didn't think broken bones swelled much. Just saying.
I don't know.
I'm not a doctor. I just think that's how you know it's broken, because it doesn't swell as much. Otherwise, it would be like, I don't know. Sorry.
I'm not a doctor. I have no idea.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
I'm sure it's some magic shit. But, like, okay, like, why is she so salty? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but Jesus, what else? Is she going to be sad about Hodge fixing him up?
It's just not necessary.
If
not
Hodge was
important.
Hodgina?
Just, again, all this jealousy going around. It's just insane.
It's just teen angst, and I'm not here for it. So, ignoring the bitchy vibes she's throwing out, Simon lets Clary know that he wants to talk to her. She's like, yeah, come to my room after Hodge fixes you, and we'll talk. Because I'm out.
No. Read your whole sentence.
Oh. She agrees and tells him to come to her room after Hodge finds time in his busy-ass schedule from being creepy with his bird to come down and actually check on his patients.
Okay, do you think that Clary thinks Hodge is going to fix the broken bone?
No.
How do they know it's broken? X-ray?
I doubt it. I think it's just Isabel saying that it's broken.
Got it.
It's assumed.
Yeah.
You think? Well, because Simon can go to the hospital.
Right. Yeah, he totally can.
Mm-hmm.
I think Hodge is just going to come and, like, give him some stuff and maybe put it in a splint or something.
Tincture?
Mm-hmm.
A tincture?
Tincture.
That was
tincture.
That was the tisane.
Tisane.
Thank you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So Simon is like, yeah, sure, sounds good. And he surprises her and everyone else in the damn room when he leans forward and kisses Clary on the cheek.
It's like a light butterfly kiss, I think they said. I don't know.
It's a little weird. Okay, so you know, like, you have, like, milestones with friends, right? So, like, you've got friends that, like, you don't hug. They're not a hugging type.
Yeah.
Right? And then you've got friends that you hug all the time. And then I think, like, if someone's never kissed you on the cheek before and then they just randomly kiss you on the cheek, I'd be like, what the fuck, bro?
I mean, he did just have what I think I would call a near-death experience.
I know, but it's weird.
It's still very... I didn't like it.
He's shooting his shot.
He is realizing what's important in life.
Oh, he had a near-death experience and he's like, I love you.
Gotta get me some Clary.
All my life.
It's beautiful.
So Clary is blushing when she pulls away, and she tries to reason her reaction away by telling herself that it's because everyone's staring at them, obviously. Was why she's embarrassed. That's why she's blushing.
I'm rolling my eyes over here.
But when she leaves the infirmary, she touches her cheek, a telltale sign that she was totally into it.
Make up your mind, girl.
She liked it. It's like when she touched her hair when Jace told her it was pretty. She was like, oh.
This whole thing?
Yeah.
Little mop of hair.
I just don't like her conclusion she draws. Because it's like she says, like, oh, he must have done that to make Isabel jealous.
Oh, that's right.
Boys are silly.
Do you think everyone actually was watching?
I do.
Oh, absolutely.
I guess there's only a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Jace and Simon to be like across from each other.
Okay.
They're in the infirmary, right?
Yeah.
I imagine them sitting on beds
Like next to each
next
other.
to each other. Alec is on the windowsill and Isabel. The way when I read it, she's like fawning over both of them.
Okay, so that makes way more sense than in my head. I just like, you know, I'm sorry. So, you know the infirmary at Hogwarts?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you know how it's got...
I see why she apologized now.
I'm surprised you didn't do that when I said sick bay.
Oh, sounds like an army thing.
So, you know how they have beds on both ends of the wall? That I imagine them, like, across from each other, like, facing each other, like, oh, you know?
I don't think so. I think that they're next to each other and there's, like, a nightstand in between the two of them.
It would 100% make more sense than my thing.
Yeah, the way I thought it was Isabel was, like, Alex back brooding, as you said, on the windowsill. But Isabel's, like, fawning between the two of them.
I can't remember, and they may have said it when Clary was first there. How many beds are there? How many do you picture, I guess, if we don't know?
A lot. Like I picture a big long room with, like, just bed. So, like, maybe, like, 20 beds or something.
That's what yes, 20 was what was in my mind, too. Okay.
I'm imagining this episode of Doctor Who. Are you my mummy?
That sounds creepy.
I don't know.
I know you've seen it.
Which one is
The
it?
one that has the gas mask.
Oh! Ugh.
Are you my mummy?
Yeah, no, thanks.
Is it creepy? It sounds creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's creepy.
It's this ship. Never mind.
No.
Not impertinent.
It's not
impertinent. Okay, so my question was, like, do you think he did it for the rest of the group as much as he did it for himself? Because I feel like he did that to, like,
as you
mark
said,
he's peeing on her.
Is he that confident that he would do that in front of Jace?
I think in this moment, he's like, I gotta shoot my shot. I gotta do what I gotta do. And she loves me. And
she saved me.
She saved me. And this is as good of a shot as I'm gonna get.
I think maybe he's, like, running off of her reaction.
Right.
From when he turned back from Rat Simon.
Gave her the platonic back rub.
But he doesn't know that. He's got no game. He just kissed her on the cheek. He has no game. Anyways. Okay, so Clary bounces because I don't understand. She's there for like 3 seconds. You wouldn't stay? Everybody else is in the infirmary. Like, I just, like, pull up a bed and be like, I guess I'm just chilling here until y'all are cool.
I agree. I would do the same thing.
She's like, I gotta go. I got more important shit to do. I gotta repack my backpack.
She can't because there's a hole in it.
Right. Fuck.
I'd have FOMO.
That's what I was going to say. FOMO
Right.
would definitely be real for me, and I would not leave.
It's dumb. So she's leaving. Alex stops her on her way back to her room, announcing that they need to talk. He needs to talk to her. Cue the boxing bell, ding ding, because shit's about to go down. Alec, with all the social grace of Sheldon Cooper, tells Clary she should go home. Like, you need to go. It's time for you to go.
Kick rocks.
I was super offended, by the way, when I read that. Jeez Louise.
He's like, you good. It's time.
It's time for you to leave.
I've decided. When Clary reminds him of the demon hordes and Forsaken that were squatting at her place last time she was there, he basically has a temper tantrum and is all, don't you have family or anywhere you can go other than here?
It's strange to just now be asking that question.
It was a cross between, like, Napoleon Dynamite and a Muppet.
It was my stupid teenage boy voice.
Yeah. I think you nailed it.
I think I did too. And she's got one, so.
Yep.
Alec blames Clary for putting Jace in danger. Can you say projecting much? He's convinced that Jace is behaving even more recklessly because of Clary. She argues that Jace is Nephilim, and it's literally his job to put himself in danger, which, facts.
Yep.
All right, so Alec is just pissy because Jace left him behind this time. And, I mean, I get his point. Clary is, I mean, she is kind of dead weight.
She's a little insufferable sometimes.
She's not capable of defending herself like the rest of them are, let alone having Jace's back when he needs it. So, like, I get Alec's frustration. Jace just going off with Clary is much more dangerous than if he just were to go off by himself, right? Because he has to, like, watch for her, and she can't watch his back. So there's no, like, mutual...
That's fair.
So, I mean, like, I know Alec definitely has his own agenda here, and he's Soup's jelly of Clary. But, like, do you think he has a point? I do.
So, I'm torn. I don't agree with Alec's flip out, which I don't think you've gotten to, like, how cray it gets, but he flips out.
And we'll definitely discuss more of that then, yeah.
But I do think that it's weird that he didn't, like, Jace didn't call Alec for backup. Obviously, he has his cell phone, so he was able to call him to come to the diner. And they were finding the hotel for, like, it's seriously hard to find. It was, like, over an hour.
That's right.
He had plenty of time to get back there.
Right.
It was weird. And obviously Isabel was out of commission because she was drunk. But he could have called Alec to come back and help.
Right, but, like, yeah, like, Alec could have dropped him off and met them somewhere.
He didn't even tell him the plan. And it seems, obviously, we don't know their friendship or interaction or anything before because we're in Clary's point of view. But it seems like this is the only time. And it's one of those things where it's like you were saying, you forgot Simon was even there.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You know, when they were on the motor, like, oh crap, I even just forgot Simon was there. I think Jace forgot about Alec.
Okay.
I don't think he was on his mind. So if I was Alec, I would be hurt as well. But you made up a good point.
What did I say?
You were like, it's basically Alec is mad at Clary when he should be mad at Jace.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Yep.
Yeah.
She was saying it's like being mad at, like, if your husband cheated on you, you're mad at the woman he slept with instead of at your husband.
Right.
Which, you know, he's projecting his anger towards Clary when he should be mad at Jace.
Because he's jealous of Clary. Yeah. So, I mean, you're right. He has a point because he's having, Jace is having to protect her as well. So it is more dangerous. But
Clary, because she's a child, stomps her foot, tells Alec, I'm Nephilim too. I mean, I don't think she stops her foot, but... And I'm just like, squinty eyes. Are you though? I mean, like, by blood, sure, but, like, you can't compare... Like, you can't act like you're equal to them. You don't have any fucking training.
Years of training, it sounds like.
You got lucky with one dagger and one demon, and now you're a fucking expert.
That's more than Alec, though.
Oh.
Bam.
Ouch.
Bam.
Ouch.
Sorry.
I feel like you're going to be eating your words in a couple of chapters. Alec's not having any of it, reminding her that she was raised a mundane. She doesn't understand their world at all. The stakes are much higher than Clary could ever know. Jace's behavior, breaking the oath to the clave as well as the law, could result in him losing everything, including what family he has left, which the Lightwoods.
When they talk about breaking the law, are they referring to entering the building? Did I?
Your voice. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. I can't.
You're welcome.
Is it just from going into the hotel? Is that what they mean? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
So entering the vampire's lair was breaking the covenant, breaking the law.
Damn it.
So yeah, so that they broke the accords by going into the vampire's territory. So, whoopsies.
My bad.
I'm pretty sure what Alec is talking about is that, like, if the clave found out, he could be exiled and then be, like, basically stripped of being a shadow hunter and just, like, forced to be a mundane and not talk to anybody ever again.
Could you imagine? Jeez.
Trying to, like, human.
Don't take Broadway. He's going to be an Uber driver.
A little before his time.
Oh, yeah. Taxi, I guess.
I just don't, Alec is obviously kind of rapid fire.
Uh-huh.
And this and this and this. And like I said, I'm on the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if that's necessarily fair to put that on Clary either. She's not familiar with the Covenant or their laws.
No.
Or, you know, because maybe...
But I think that's his point, is she's trying to fight back and be like, I'm just like one of you. And he's like, no, bitch, you're not. And here are the reasons why. Like, because you really have no idea the risk that you're taking, because none of this means anything to you. You're playing a game.
Right.
You know, because you don't understand. Like, you don't get the rules. And so you think that you can do whatever the fuck you want. And guess what? There's real consequences for those of us who live in this world.
Right. Eventually they may find her mom and she may just go back to her normal life, which I'm assuming is what Alec is hoping for.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Could you imagine if Alec explained it the way that Kristen just did? She'd be like, I got your point. I see you. Thank you.
But would she?
No.
No. She's a baby.
No, she'd probably slap me because she's prone to violence. And then I would eat her.
I was going to say, so are you.
Yeah, but I'm a lot bigger than she is. This hits Clary hard, but instead of taking a beat to process what Alec is actually saying to her and, you know, take responsibility for her own actions or like whatever, she lashes out with a cheap shot aimed for maximum damage points. So I'm going to read their exchange because I am not going to try and paraphrase this. You should talk about selfish, she hissed, so viciously that he took a step back. You couldn't care less about anyone in this world except for yourself, Alec Lightwood. No wonder you've never killed a single demon, because you're too afraid. I don't know what one has to do with the other, but okay, Clary. Alec looked stunned. Who told you that? Jace. That was Clary. Sorry, that didn't sound like Clary. Jake.
That was Jake's voice. It was Jace. To eat.
Suck the marrow.
But it is not allowed.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck, I have to pee.
No.
I'm almost done with this section. Then,
Yep.
Yeah. Jace. He looked as if she'd slapped him. He wouldn't say that. He did. She could see how she was hurting him, and it made her glad. Someone else ought to be in pain for a change. You can rant all you want about honor and honesty and how mundanes don't have any of either, but if you were honest, you'd admit this tantrum is just because is just because you're in love with him. It doesn't have anything to do with... Alec moved blindingly fast. A sharp crack resounded through her head. He had shoved her against the wall so hard that the back of her skull had struck the wood paneling. His face was inches from her, eyes huge and black. Don't you ever, he whispered, mouth a blanched line, ever say anything like that to him or I'll kill you. I swear on the angel, I'll kill you. Before Clary has a chance to respond, Alec releases her and scurries away.
Damn. I forgot how intense that was and what exactly she said. So you rereading and I'm like, oh, I'm sure you could hear me a little bit. Sorry. I'm like, I forgot. Oh my gosh.
My acting skills are just like so.
You are super
there.
good. I just.
How do you feel about this exchange? I mean, this is a very polarizing exchange. I get it. Like, I get his anger. He's
White hot.
barely 18. He has been hiding this secret. She just called his ass out on, and he's terrified of his family finding out that he's gay, and it's going to implode his life. Like, in his head, he's like, it's the end of the fucking world.
Mm-hmm.
We were discussing in the car earlier today. Do you think that Alec... Sorry, it caught me off guard. Do you think that Alec has confided in Isabel?
I don't think so.
Or you think Isabel just knows?
I think Isabel knows, and maybe they've said things around each other. Like, I think he knows she knows, but they don't talk about it. You know what I mean?
Like when she's like, I thought you guys could hit it off. I think he knew what she was trying to say. But they're not she's not just being direct with him.
I don't think they sit down and have like a powwow about it. I don't think that they're like the talking. I don't think Alec would be comfortable to have that conversation for fear that anyone could hear them.
So this could be the first time he's ever hearing it out loud.
Right. I think so. I mean, I think that's why his reaction is so strong and he's just so immediate. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you don't know what you could do to me. Like, and I think he really does not. He's very freaked out about her having that power because he is a little vindictive and a little, I mean, he's kind of like trying to find a way to get rid of this chick. And if you're behaving that way, and then you find out that that person has something on you, like instant fear.
I don't know. Excuse me. I got the feeling that Isabel, that they had talked about it just because of the way Isabel had reacted when Clary said something. Like, she knew for, like, how did you find out, basically? And to me, it's like, yeah, you know, we don't really talk about it. Just please don't, you know, we don't know. I don't know. Maybe she's just defending her brother. I don't know. I just feel like there's no question in Isabel's mind that that's what it is. And I think that unless you know positively you've seen it or you've talked about it, how would you really know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's an interesting, it's interesting.
Although, kind of going back to this, it makes me sad for Alec that Clary was happy, basically, that she could tell she was hurting him by saying these things. But at the same time, I don't blame her because he was being so mean to her.
Yes.
But I also get where he's coming from.
I mean, like, I think he was being mean to her, but not mean enough to warrant what she just did. Because he wasn't trying to hurt her. He just was like, you don't get it, and you need to go away. Like, he was calling her out on the carpet. And yes, he's bitchy and he doesn't like her, but he wasn't hurting her on purpose to hurt her. He was being honest, and she was literally seeking out any way to hurt him. She was being whatever.
Mean.
Yeah, he wasn't doing it with malice. She was doing it with malice.
It's just a very cheap shot from her.
Yeah.
It's very low.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely. For Alex, I mean, I haven't gone through that personally, but I would hope that he did tell Isabel and he has someone he can confide in and talk to, and, you know.
How fucked up is Clary that she can't even keep this secret for 24 hours?
I know.
That's a good point. Because it's true. Like, you can't, like, keep your fucking mouth shut. Like, dear God. I don't know. I don't care how mad I am. I wouldn't go there. It's just not, it's never worth it.
I could see the demon thing. Like, is that why you've never killed? But that was, no.
That was shitty. That was I'm just trying to make you feel bad about yourself. I'm being a bully.
I may have thought what she's saying. I would never have said it.
No. Certainly not like that.
No.
Like, if I thought, like, he was just being unfair to me because he was, you know, pissy and jealous about Jace, then I might have been like, are you sure that's why? Like, but he was telling the truth. Like, he wasn't making up stories and, like, trying to, like, grasp at straws. He made all very legitimate points.
And she's a baby. She's a child, basically, and just doesn't see the real in that.
The dialogue for me starts as Alec is... It's weird that he chases her out, like, of the room, but I get it. But he's very desperate. Isn't there someone else you could go? Don't you have family? Don't you? And it's described as he's, like, desperately... And then he kind of gives up hope. And Clary is really coming back at him at 100%.
Yeah.
Like angry. So then I think he's matching tones with her.
Yeah.
But I think at the beginning it's trying to be a conversation.
Yeah.
And then Clary turns it into a fight.
Right. He's trying to be like, look, I think it's time that you need to go. I mean, it's rude. It's
It is
totally rude. And he should expect the reaction that he gets.
Yeah.
He's been listening to her story. He knows she doesn't have anywhere to go.
No.
Although she could go to Simon's.
Mm-hmm.
But is she just going to forget about her mom? Like, the reason she's there has not been solved.
No.
Yeah.
And I don't think, I think Alec realizes that regardless, she's going to be around until they figure out the mom thing. But does she have to live here? Like, does she have to be here all the time and give more opportunity for Jace to act like a fool? I think that's kind of like his stance on that.
I get it. I think it's weird that she's living there too. I've said that before.
Yeah.
Why is she not staying at Simon's? But I think even if she was staying at Simon's, this interaction would have happened anyway. They went to Magnus's party to find out about her memories. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think, poor Alec. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I mean, like, he snapped. Like, he legit took it to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. I'm kind of on, like, I don't agree with, okay. I can't make a decision to kill my life.
If you say there's bad people on both sides, I'm going to shoot you.
No, I just can't make a decision to save my life on anything. This is my Hufflepuff is showing here. Okay. No. I don't want anybody to be upset. So I'm just kind of trying to. Him slamming her head against the wall to me is like, no, dude.
He didn't slam her head against the wall. He pushed her and her head hit the wood paneling.
But
it's beadboard. It's fine. It's not going to hurt.
The force behind it, obviously.
I imagine it was a concrete wall, like a hospital almost.
It said wood paneling.
Did it? Okay. Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. But no, he definitely did not need to take it that far. But like, I feel he reacted. He was just like.
I feel like if I was in Alex's shoes, I would have.
Yeah, I know I would have. That's exactly what I would have done. Mm-hmm. I probably would have choked her, though.
Yeah.
Because violence is your love language. Although,
sorry.
No, you're good. I feel like I start everything with so I was going not to, but just kidding. Although completely exhausted, Clary decides to draw rather than sleep. She drew parts of the vampire hotel, a sketch of Jace on the roof with wings, and tried to draw her mother. She realized after seeing the gray book, she was able to picture her mother and actually see her scars. It's crazy. It's really opening her mind a little bit. Mm-hmm. Simon...
Her third eye is wide open.
Isn't that a vagina?
No, it's definitely not.
Maybe I'm thinking a butthole?
Like a brown eye?
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Your third eye is like your inner eye, like your spirituality. Like
that's beautiful.
I can't. I quit.
Simon came into her room. Clary moved over and made room for him on the bed. He had found his glasses in his pocket. And he was pretty stoked, making a joke about the durability and sending lens crafters basically a Yelp review. He actually says he'd write them a letter, which is so funny. 2006, he could write them an email, at least. Come on. He tells Clary that Hodge was able to help him heal. That's a weird way of saying that, Amanda. He's still...
like spiritually heal, almost. Not like physically.
Yeah. His heart.
He cleansed his aura.
He still feels like shit, but nothing is broken anymore. Okay. So, he was able to repair his broken foot.
I wonder if he said it.
Okay. I remember that when I fractured my hand, it was the worst part. Was setting it. I almost passed out.
Because it was painful? Or it was just gross?
It was painful.
Okay.
It was very painful. They had to put me in a wheelchair. And put cloth over my face and stuff. Because I'd been sitting with it for hours. Broken. They made me wait in the waiting room for like 4 hours. Anyway. Bastards. Yeah. Kaiser. No, I really like Kaiser. Simon starts to pour his heart out about Clary coming back for him. It's like, I'm just going to dive right in here. She explains that he would do it for her, so there was no question that she would do it. He tells her that he's always thought their relationship was more one-sided, that he needed her more than she needed him. She tried to tell him that that's not true, but we all know he's right. He tells her that she's only ever needed her pencils. It's weird.
Often such a weird thing to say.
Yeah, you've only ever needed your pencils. Oftentimes, he has to repeat himself many times to get her attention. Sounds like my husband. Probably most husbands, honestly.
I was so sad about, like, when he was saying this to her and, like, explaining, like, why he thought that, like, she really just didn't really care about him. Oh, it broke my fucking heart.
Do you think she stopped drawing when he came in, or do you think she's still kind of like, do?
I think she just moved over.
Yeah?
And kept drawing.
I think she did, too. She's probably only half listening to him as it is.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, that makes me want to cry. Like, I don't understand how you could do that to a friend. Like how you could treat a friend like that. And, like, how you'd want to stay friends with someone who doesn't, like, even engage with you. Like,
when he's in love with her, too. How do you love someone? I guess I said that's my husband. I do love him.
That's different. I mean, when you live with someone and you're married, like, yeah, you tune out their voice sometimes.
Selective hearing, right?
Right.
It sounds like she does it to him all the time. And it's just sad because she is also his only friend. So it's like, I understand. I think what's kind of going on here is, I think he's trying to infer that maybe she constantly had, like, Shadowhunters somehow in the background. Because
she's always been preoccupied.
Yeah, there's always, because obviously her it's in there because they're starting to come back at least a little. She can see her mom's scars now that she saw the Gray Book, but I don't know. I agree with you. He's her only friend. Why would she? What is she doing that's so important that she's ignoring him?
Right.
It's weird.
Like, it's not, oh, I'm just an artist and I get lost in my work and da da da. Like, you're 16.
You're not even a good artist by her own admission.
I think she is a good artist, but she's her own critic.
Okay, that's fair.
Like we were talking about in a previous episode, basically Simon's the beta friend, obviously. Because I think they're always, not always, but in most cases there's like an alpha and kind of a beta sort of.
And I think it can fluctuate throughout the course of a friendship.
Yep.
Depending on what stage you are in your life.
Yep.
Or the situation you're in.
Who's got their shit together more?
Right.
It's me. No, I'm just kidding.
I was explaining
It's not me.
to my 9-year-old basically like about our friendship, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry. Getting all choked up. I'm not.
I was going to say, are you going to start crying? What the fuck?
No.
Pussy.
She's going to explain how much she loves you right here. So
I'm not.
Shut up.
I'm done.
No, you have to tell the
No, I'm
story.
just
It's
kidding.
very nice.
Oh, just that we've been friends. She's in 3rd grade, so very close to her age now.
Yeah.
She was just having trouble with a friend, and the friend didn't do what. She's like, we're not friends anymore.
Oh,
So I know.
hate that.
So I told him, like, it is very normal to be frustrated with people or upset or whatever. I'm like, but, you know, Auntie, because obviously we call you Auntie, you know, like, we've been friends since about, like, we were your age. And, you know, through that, we joked about in the podcast, we actually got, like, in a physical fight before. It's like, we've been mad at each other or irritated. You know, you moved to Alabama and you lived in Texas and...
Fuck yeah.
you
oh my
moved-
God, I totally forgot, like, all about that.
You know, you moved around a lot and we've just been friends ever since. And sometimes we'd go a year without talking and sometimes it would be, you know, every day or whatever. But, you know, never once in that time did I ever tell her she wasn't my friend. Like,
Right.
you know, or I wasn't there for her, you know. So it reminds me of kind of like, they have the same kind of setup where it's like they've been friends forever, but they don't have that same bond.
Yeah. It seems like Simon does, but she doesn't.
She's not reciprocating.
Yeah.
Right. Or at least not showing him.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like, do you think that she's realizing what a shitty friend she was right now?
I think that she's kind of being defensive.
Uh-huh.
No, Is it true?
Yeah, because Clary reassures Simon by telling him she's only ever loved 3 people, going on that my mom, Luke, and you. I've lost all of them except you. Don't ever imagine you're not important to me. Don't ever think it.
I think it's half and half.
Yeah.
I think that she does really love Simon and she does really care for him and she just doesn't show it the same way he does. But I also think she takes him for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he was gone, she was like, oh, fuck, I lost my last toy. I gotta go get it.
That's my question. Yeah. Do you think she really means that? Or does she just feel alone? So she's like grasping it. I love you so much.
I think she, underneath it all, she really does feel it. But she takes him for granted. And now she's realizing that she was taking him for granted. And so she's trying to like overcompensate. You know what I mean? Like when you're like, oh, fuck.
I think that through...
There was nothing else to that. Just when you're like, oh, fuck.
I think you're like... Kristen was saying your friendship up and down and who's got their crap together or whatever. I think it's important to be able to... Okay, to me you have like a... I only have 2 friends and a handful of friends.
Hi.
I have more than 2 friends. But, a handful of people I would say like consider friends. And then I have, acquaintances or coworkers or whatever. But to me, a friend is being able to, it's very hard to tell somebody, like, I need help. Help me, or, like, reach out.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it makes you very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And it's also very difficult to be, like, you need help.
Uh-huh.
I'm going, there's something wrong. You need help, blah, blah, blah. And I don't think they're there yet.
Do you think teenagers are? In general, or do you think that you mean their friendship isn't?
I mean, Robin and I in high school, like, because we didn't really hang out all that much in high school.
No.
I mean, outside of school sometimes, but like we never hung out in school. Really pretty much all of...
We didn't eat lunch together. Not
like,
even in 7th or 8th grade.
No, middle school or high school. But we were still best fucking friends.
Yeah.
Like that never changed. We just didn't we didn't hang out with the same cliques of people. I was a bad kid. Robin was an overachiever. So like
she's actually told me a story where she made up her mind one year. She wasn't going to raise her hand anymore. She was going to be a different person.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's annoying.
Sorry.
People do that.
Tell your business.
Your business.
God damn it.
But like in high school, we didn't really like hang out we weren't school friends, really. Like, I mean, if we saw each other, we'd be like, hey, what's up? Like whatever, but we weren't, we didn't hang out with each other all the time. And you and Elise were super, super tight at that time. But like, I never felt like
I was, no.
I never felt like I'm like, Elise gets to hang out. No, I had my other friends and you had your other friends, but like we were still like we knew too much about each other. Like you can't ever go away. You know too much.
I got dirt on you. No, I'm just kidding.
But I always knew I could come to Robin and be like, shit's real bad right now. I need help or whatever. Like she was always my ride or die.
Okay. So you think it's their friendship that's not there then?
I think so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
I think it's there for... No, because Simon can't even tell her how he really feels.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but
Plus,
he's in love with her.
I think that there is a line that is drawn when he made a decision where he's like, okay, Clary's not just my friend. I'm in love with her. And it just... You can't...
Robin, there's something I have to tell you.
Yeah. Well, and I think like you've said before, you married your best friend.
I did. I really did.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that, my husband's one of the only people I've ever like had date or whatever that makes me laugh and I can laugh with him and we have jokes and stuff and it's very important to me.
Mm-hmm. You're making me emotional.
Why? Just thinking how much you love Andy?
Yeah, just in general.
I do that too with Jason.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh God, I love you so much.
Right. And so I'm not talking about that you can't be married to your friend or boys and girls can't. And I'm not saying that. Mm-mm. I'm saying that
if you have not crossed that line into romantic, generally by the time, especially they're teenagers. Mm-hmm. So you're right. He drew that line in the sand, and now he can't get any more vulnerable with her than that because I don't reveal his feelings.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. He's got to be on guard.
Right.
Because he's waiting for the right time to confess his love or reveal his love or do whatever.
He's waiting to see if she's going to say yes. Because if she's going to say no, he's just going to leave things the way they are.
Well, and besides, who knows how their friendship was when they were younger?
Okay.
Right.
Because it's like it says, they slept over at each other's houses or blah, blah, blah. There might have been a moment where things changed.
Yeah, we don't know if they had one of those like, oh shit, she's got boobs moment.
Yeah. It is interesting, I think, that when you are friends with someone, because when I was younger, I had a lot of friends, like male friends, and I have tons of friends. I think that we kind of talked about this before. Yeah. There's friends that I, obviously, because I still consider them friends, never even thought about them in that way. So it's interesting at what point, did he change his mind?
Right.
When you're friends for that long.
Was there a day at the community pool in 7th grade that he was like, oh shit?
Uh-huh.
Well, that and I think it would if they were platonically friends, I think he would be more apt to be like, snap out of it, Frey. Mm-hmm. You're not listening to me.
Yeah.
He gives her more room because he is in love with her. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's really important. I don't know why, but I feel the need to say this, and we've discussed this before. Best friend is a level achieved. It is not a single person. Mm-hmm. That's one of those things that like it's you level up to best friend material.
That's really cool.
Because you can't like, my husband is my best friend.
Yeah.
Like we have way, but also like,
right.
I know that I can come to both of you and say whatever the fuck comes to my mind and you're not going to judge me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's that level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm that way with my sister-in-law. We could go, like you said, we could go a month without talking, which I don't think we ever have, but we could and just pick literally right back up where we were.
Yeah.
Biffle status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. That is super cool. I am going to use that with my children.
It's true. I hated that, like, you could only have one. Or we had a friend in high school who behaved in such a way and got very, very jealous. And it really bothered me. I'm like, dude, like, you don't own me.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You're not, like...
I'm not a piece of meat.
Right?
I'm not Clary's face after the motorcycle.
Raw meat. Sorry.
Yeah. So...
Wow, that was a really, like, deep sidebar.
Yeah.
Yeah, super deep.
Beautiful. So, okay, anyway, back to the foot. I have to know. I guess there's no way to know. This was a little bit back.
Oh, if his foot is broken or not.
Still just want to know. Is he sitting here chatting with her, basically, like, pouring his heart out, professing his love, and he's still got a broken foot?
He's on morphine.
No, he's not. He's 15, 16. How irresponsible is Hodge giving him morphine?
I got morphine when I was... Okay, well, fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Anyway.
That's super fair. Okay.
I think his foot is set.
Yeah, Hodge gave him Skelegro. It's fine.
Does that constitute the button?
That's not the right context, but it was good. It grows bones back, so if his bones were missing.
I figured.
It was all I could think of.
Why would your bone be missing?
because Lockhart's a douche.
You have a shitty new defense against the dark arts professor.
I'm pretty sure that Harry's family made Skelegro, by the way.
Really?
It was one of the Potters.
Is that one of the reasons why they have
so much money?
Yeah.
Like they were Post-its?
Yeah, because fucking James was a fucking
fuckboy.
Huh?
Nothing.
Fuckboy?
How did he make money being a fuckboy?
Because he was a trust fund baby.
Mm-hmm. Oh. It's family money, but anyway.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm leaving that shit in. I am leaving that shit in. That was beautiful.
I do think it's weird to say broken and he's not on like crutches or anything.
Yeah, is he just
He's
hobbling?
walking on it.
He's only has one shoe, right? We know that.
Yes.
Because it got cut off, right?
Cut it out of my shoe.
And probably his sock.
Yes, probably a sock.
Okay, Mom.
Anyway.
I just bought those.
She's like, you just got them for Hanukkah.
They're Hanes. Anyway.
Clary and Simon laid on the bed together, her legs over his, looking up at the ceiling and talking. Clary notes. We aren't noticing or revealing anything. Clary notes that Jace smells like soap and limes.
The lemons and the limes.
The limes and the lemons. Just so you know, the joke on that is Kristen is an author, as you know. She was trying to describe a kind of like a fight scene, a revenge scene.
It was a torture scene in my very first book.
Oh, that's right.
And the first, and I was editing it for her, and she was describing, and she kept saying, and she grabbed the limes as well as the lemons, and the lemons as well as the limes.
It was too much.
It was too much. It was very fun, and I got to act it out as she wrote it, and it was great. Anyway, Jace smells like soap and limes, which to me smells like Bath and Body Works.
Uh-huh.
It's like coconut lime verbena.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the best smell on earth.
Okay, finish this because I have a question.
Okay. Simon smelled like someone who'd been rolling around the parking lot of a supermarket, but she didn't mind.
So, do you think that this part is before she's like, I love you, don't ever think that? Or she was like, I love you, don't ever think it. I wonder, I think Jace smells like limes. Like,
I think she's telling him she loves him because that's her knee-jerk reaction. But as they're kind of like sitting in it, she's like, he smells funny. But you know what? I don't really care. Because,
okay.
you know what I mean? Like, if Robin smelled funny, we wouldn't care, would we?
No.
We'd be like, oh, she smells funny, but, you know, she's having a bad day.
I would tell you.
Thank you.
She forgot to put deodorant on.
Thank you. Thanks for making me the example, by the way. It's like when you turn in a bad piece of work. This is what you don't do. That happened to me and Elise once, and we made a book on nights because it was this. We were in English anyway. We got a bad grade on it.
Why?
Because it was so. I'm still bitter. Obviously, it was 7th grade English. Nobody cares.
I know this story. That's how bitter she is.
I know.
I don't
Basically,
know this story.
there were people in our class that paid money to get it like professionally bound and stuff, these books.
Okay.
And we didn't do that. My brother helped us do handmade drawings and stuff. Like so it just didn't look as professional as these kids that paid money.
It was a liger.
Will's a good artist. Anyway, it just had to be like...
That was very nice of your brother.
It had to be like a pop-up book. So like
Okay.
you know where you accordion fold the paper so it pops out and stuff. We did that. People actually bought kits and like got it sent to a professional. And we didn't do that.
Because
We didn't have the money and it would just...
School. What do you need to do that for?
Everybody else did. So guys, they got the memo. We did not. So we didn't get a good grade on it.
Why?
Yeah.
Just because it didn't look as nice.
You put
That's not why you didn't get a good grade on it. They can't grade you on...
It was like on appearance or whatever. Anyway, let me be clear. It was a B instead of an A. Like,
Okay.
Oh my
yeah.
God. Really? All these years?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I feel so stupid for falling into your trap.
No, but listen.
You just inadvertently made a Harry Potter joke.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I'm so mad at you right now.
Listen, this is not the end of the story, okay?
This is why she never told me.
At the end of everything, the teacher asked if she could keep it. Do you mind if I keep this? And I'm like, so you can show it as a, like, the what not to do example? There's no other reason why you want this. Do you mind if I, like, hold on to this? Sure. Like, use us as a bad example.
Did she tell you that?
No, she was just like, no, I just want to keep it.
Well, maybe there was something about it that she really liked. You did get a fucking B.
I don't think so.
She really liked Will's drawings. Good job, Will.
I don't think so. I think it was like she wanted it for the before picture.
Oh. Like, here, make sure your parents spend the money. Listen, if your parents can't spend the money, let me know, and we'll get money from the budget to send you to Office Depot.
To make sure you don't turn in this. I forgot why I brought that up.
I feel like you just have some, like, deep-seated,
she got a B.
unresolved issues.
Maybe it was like a C. It was not.
Oh, boy.
Expected.
Because she expected an A. Because she did the work.
I did the work.
She wasn't expecting to be judged on her artistic abilities.
Yeah.
Why are you stroking your mic like that? With her mouth open, she's like, oh.
I remember now why I said it, because you guys were using me as a bad example.
Like, you smell bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Full circle.
So, here's the thing. I can understand all these things that they're doing are very... So, I didn't put it in the... I didn't put it in the notes, because I didn't want to get paraphrasey. But they're doing this, laying on the bed, talking, because it's like an old habit from when Clary had those like glow-in-the-dark stars on her ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my mind, we're getting the sense that the author's basically trying to tell us, like, these old habits, like, it's still platonic.
Okay.
Them laying there is still very platonic, because they've done it forever. It's like back when we were children.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, yeah, she's over here kind of like he poured his heart out, but he didn't say the words. Mm-hmm. And so she thinks like, yeah, I love you too, man. Like, okay. I mean, I don't think she thinks that. I think she knows. But she's pretending
mm-hmm.
and lying to herself.
Exactly.
That's what I would do. Pretend that I didn't know. Mm-hmm. If I didn't feel the same way.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Simon tells Clary that right before he was turned into Rat Simon, he'd been telling dad jokes to Isabel about vampires, and she didn't laugh. Which is, like, heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It is heartbreaking. Mm-hmm. Simon kind of musters up the courage, and I think it's very strategically placed. Our Isabel and Jace sleeping together.
Mm-hmm.
This is very strategic, because I think he wants Clary to think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simon is no
fool.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Clary goes, ew, now.
Ew.
Like, ew. They're basically related, and he wouldn't do that. He's not that kind of dirty.
Like, she knows him.
Yeah. At least she doesn't think that he would. They would, the two of them together. Simon is like, either way, I don't care, because come to find out, Isabel is cray. Let's be creaky-deaky.
I know, that's me. Sorry.
Robin, can you find it? It's right fucking there.
Okay. So, Simon says that he found out Isabel is cray. And I'm just going to read from the book a little bit. Clary slit her eyes at him. Did she tell you to drink the blue cocktail? He shook his head. This was all me. I saw you go off with Jason and Alec, and I don't know, you look so different from usual. You seemed so different. I couldn't help thinking you'd changed already, and this new world of yours would leave me out. I wanted to do something that would make me more part of it. So when the little green guy came by with a tray of drinks... Clary groaned. You're an idiot. Never claimed to be otherwise.
So I guess, again, didn't remember reading that. A green guy came by.
Must have been a fairy.
Mm-hmm.
Had to have been, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could have been a warlock, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Okay, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Either a warlock or...
It's just interesting. It was on a tray. Other people wanted this. I just can't get over the drink anyway.
Right. They talk about his experience as Rat Simon. He's just suddenly ankle level with everyone and is disoriented. And he says that he can't really remember much from Magnus's to the parking lot.
I don't believe
him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. The sun is setting now, which is crazy that they've been up this long.
Oh, yeah.
I'm been tired just thinking about it.
I'm exhausted. Yep, nope. Clary suggests finding a bite to eat, but Simon already fell asleep with his glasses still on his face.
And a broken foot.
Broken foot.
He's on morphine.
Must be.
Made
him sleepy.
Clary is somehow still wide awake and decides to return to sketching. Reaches for her sketch pad, and Jace knocks on the door to her room. He's clean, and the bruises on his face are already fading, and they're almost gone. Jace asks if she's been sleeping, because the jams and all. Typical Jace and Clary banter exchange happens, except this time Clary admits to herself that seeing him caused her jitter level to shoot up about 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
So you cannot help, I think, how you feel.
Correct.
So I feel bad for Simon for being in the friend zone, but I don't think Clary can, you can't force yourself to be attracted to someone or love someone or whatever.
No.
I just feel bad that he basically, he didn't basically he did. He poured his heart out to her slowly. I mean, he said, he didn't say the magic words, but he's being very vulnerable, open with her, trying to maybe be more physical than he has before.
And she's being purposefully ignorant.
Yep. And she's just like, oh, Jace. Yeah. Which, again, it's not her fault.
No.
I just feel bad for Simon. That's all. After a hilarious smartass remark to the question, why are you here? Clary decided she's just going to bunk up. I'm going back to bed. Jace physically stops her from going into her room and tells her he's there because Hodge reminded him that it's her birthday.
It's your birthday.
Do you think she also wants lemon cake?
Probably.
I would think she wants something. So at this point, she's been in her room since not long after the sun rose, right? Mm-hmm. They got in this accident. She got fixed up immediately and then went to her room. So she's not eaten all day? I mean, a fat girl here wants to know.
No sustenance.
She doesn't have snacks?
Yeah.
You got no snacks, girl?
You've been in an accident. You were at a party the night before. You'd think she'd be hungry and just feeling tired, and just not eating makes me so much, I don't know.
Yep.
Exhausted. So much more exhausted.
Clary's day of birth isn't actually until the next day, and she just calls Jace on his shit. You're avoiding Hodge, Alec, and Isabel, who are all equally pissed at you. Don't come over here pretending like y'all want to hang out. Jace pulls out a brown bag lunch and suggests a picnic. They head to the greenhouse.
Ooh.
What adventures await in the greenhouse?
We're getting close to the end of the book. We will be having a full episode recap of City of Bones, and we want you guys to send us in your questions, discussion topics, weird situations you want us to talk ourselves out of. Go ahead and submit those to
downworlderdish@gmail.com,
and hopefully we'll answer your questions. Also, tag us on Instagram, comment on our stuff. We want to know where you're from. Let us know where you're at.
Make sure that you read chapter 17 for our next episode, which is The Midnight Flower.
Ooh. For behind-the-scenes content and the latest updates, check us out on Instagram at Downworlder Dish Podcast. We'll see you next time.
Bye.